Today's episode is brought to you by Security Financial Management.
Welcome back, Best Advice Podcast, guys. I'm your host, Rob Lavalio, here with Senior Advisor at Security Financial Management and Steven Young. Steve, what's up today, baby?
Hey, Rob. How are you?
We're getting pretty basic today, aren't we? We're peeling the layers back and we're going just to what is a basic 401k.
Great question.
Let's get it going, which leads us to the question of the day. Today's question comes from Kent from Kansas. Kent, what you got for us?
If your company offers a 401k, how exactly does it work? And are you better off contributing there first or investing on your own?
Preparing for retirement's a big deal, right? You've been working your whole life for this. It brings a lot of stress. And that's why the 401k gets so much traction, because it's supposed to be the best way to hit your retirement goals and have a secure retirement through continuously investing in your 401k. But what exactly is a 401k, Steve, and how does it work?
Great question. So it's a savings and investment plan offered by your employer that allows you to put money away from your paycheck every pay period.
Social Security and pensions not being what they used to be. I know there's a lot of articles that will prove the stats on that. 401k is kind of a bigger deal than ever. It's really, you really got to take advantage of it.
Exactly. So most people will need 70 to 80% of their pre-retirement income in retirement. People are living longer, making healthier choices, and the median savings balance in retirement for people 65 and older is only $200,000. So more and more the onus is on the individual investor to fully fund their own retirement.
Well, with that being said, let's get back to contributing to this 401k. Is this like a Netflix subscription kind of thing where it auto renews, or you have to like raise your hand and say, hey, company, I want to be elected or I want to be a part of these benefits?
Yeah, so you will elect to begin contributing to the 401k, and you'll select what percentage or a flat dollar amount once you're eligible. Plans will have rules on eligibility. Well, typical 401k, once you're eligible after about 12 months of being employed, then you can enroll. But what we're seeing more and more now is more and more plans are auto-enrolling their employees, which is great.
That's cool.
Yeah,
really
so
cool.
the easier companies make it for employees to contribute, the more likely they are to do it.
Absolutely. So when we talk about, contributing, like how much should I contribute? Like for someone who doesn't do this day to day, like what is the recommended contribution?
Yeah, good question. A good rule of thumb is 10 to 15% of your salary, but everybody's different, and that's where financial planning comes in, and you can run your financial plan. You may need to contribute more if you want to retire earlier and so on. But 10 to 15% of your salary is a good rule of thumb.
Okay, but I do run a little nervous. So my head kind of twirling right now. What if I'm grinding for a company for say 10 years, right? And they're matching some of my contribution. If they, God forbid they fire me or I get a new job, do they take their money back that they contributed? Do I get to take my portion, or how does that work?
No, the money that you contribute is yours. So if you change...
Hallelujah.
If you change jobs, it's your money. Now, there may be, if there's an employer contribution, a percentage of salary, and you're not there long enough to be fully vested, a portion of that you may not be able to take with you. But your money is always yours.
Got it. So the money's mine, but where am I contributing, right? We're saying contributing. What am I contributing into? Is it like a bucket where all employers contribute to one bucket and we're getting the same returns? Or is it more, what am I contributing into?
So the money goes in your account, and then you can invest it, either pick your own mutual funds, when you can invest in a certain percentage in stocks, bonds, and cash. And based on your risk tolerance and how long until retirement, the percentages will vary. Or you can just pick one fund, like a target date fund. That's probably the easiest. That's typically the default option.
Okay.
If you don't make an election, that's typically where it'll go.
And the target date fund is what? It kind of like automatically reallocates depending on how far away you are from retirement?
Exactly. The closer you get to that retirement age, the more conservative, the less stocks, the more bonds they'll have.
Okay, and that typically you'll have a lot of stocks at the beginning, and then it shrinks more bonds, and shrinkage of stocks towards retirement.
Exactly. Yeah, they tend to get more conservative over time.
Yeah,
right? You get less of a time horizon.
And tax is always super important when investing. How are these taxed, or what's the tax situation here?
Yeah, usually, so the funds that you contribute you'll have an option to either do pre-tax, or if your company offers it, you can contribute Roth dollars into the 401k. So you contribute pre-tax, say your salary is $50,000 and you're putting in the 10%, you're only paying tax on $45,000 of income. That $5,000 goes into the 401k before tax. It grows tax deferred, and then once you start withdrawing in retirement, that money is all taxable. Whereas on the Roth side, you're saying $50,000 of salary, you put in that 10%, you're paying taxes on all $50,000 of salary. That $5,000 is going in. You're paying taxes on those dollars. It's going to grow tax-free, and then anything you take out in retirement is completely tax-free.
Okay, so with the Roth and traditional, do I need to pick one, and then am I locked into the Roth or locked into traditional, or can I, mix and match?
Yeah, you can mix and match. You just have to keep it under the maximum contribution limit. So you can have a percentage going in pre-tax, and you can have a percentage going in
I
Roth.
forgot there's contribution limits. I thought we could just shove all it in there. What are the contribution limits for 2025?
Yeah, so for 2025, you can contribute $23,500 pre-tax or Roth or a combination. If you're 50 and older, you can contribute an additional $7,500. And then if you're 60 to 63, there's an additional catch-up contribution of $11,250.
And is that per Roth, one more Roth, and then one traditional, or total?
Total.
So if I want 50% Roth, 50% traditional, that's okay.
Right.
But as long as I'm under
Under
at
the
that.
maximum contribution limit.
I got that. I can do that. I got that. So bottom of the line, employees just got to figure out what's best for them, what benefit them the best, right? So going back to, the same thing we hear in office all the time. First thing you do, you got to max out your 401k. Why is that such a regular saying? And why is it, what makes it so powerful?
Yeah, they're very ubiquitous. They're offered by most companies, and it's just the easiest way for people to contribute to retirement. And the easier something is, the more likely they are to do it. And as we talked about before, it's more important than ever for people to save for retirement, because pensions aren't what they used to be. Social Security, we gotta fill that funding gap.
Yeah, and I think it's the only vehicle that people give you money in, right? Like match or.
Right. If the company offers a match, yeah, that's free money.
I'll take that every day. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep.
Show me the money! All right, I'm sold. I mean, some free money and earnings on earnings isn't bad either. Where's the catch? Is it locked up till I'm old? If life gets tough and I need to kind of grab some of that, is that allowed? What does that look like?
Yeah, it's a long-term savings vehicle, right? The tax advantage, we want to leave it in there until retirement age, because if we do need it for an emergency, there's taxes and potentially penalties if we take it before 59 and a half. So this is not for the car breaks down or the air conditioning needs replacement. Right?
It's not your emergency fund.
We want to think of this as a long-term investment vehicle.
You will not touch anything.
So basically rating your 401k early is like breaking the glass in the fire alarm school or the fire extinguisher, right? You could do it, it's tempting, but it's probably not the best for your situation.
Right, it's going to derail your long-term plan.
Yes, exactly. So lastly, how do you elect into these benefits, right? You said a lot of the new companies are trying to do automation and renewal, but a lot aren't. Where do you typically go to make sure you're getting these benefits?
Yeah, so every retirement plan is different. So please read through your plan documents for the details of your plans. Most of them, there will be some form of online enrollment.
So bottom line, do not kick the can down the road on this. Get elected into your 401k, elect into your benefits, get educated on this, and start maxing out that 401k. Your older self will thank you one day. And remember, folks, the secret to wealth is not what you earn, it's what you keep. Happy days, everybody.
This podcast is for entertainment and educational purposes only and is not intended as personal financial advice. Before making any financial decision, please do your own research and consult a financial advisor as needed.